I just wanted to tell a little story that happened last week. It was the day that I had found out that Adam West had passed away. And, this is just a story. I don't really know if there's any meaning to the story other than just the thing that happened. But it was an interesting thing that happened. And we've been working at a camp. And we're right in the middle of the weeks right now. In fact, in this 2-week period, I'm working on 3 camps. One of the camps I'm doing twice in a row. I just did it last week, and then the other one's coming up this week. But in between those two, I'm doing a 2nd, 3rd grade camp for my day job at work at the church where I'm a children's pastor. And so here's what happened. I was out late buying supplies for our camp. And when I buy supplies, it means I'm buying prizes and stuff for the PowerPoint games I'm going to do, and some of the stuff that I need for the object lesson stuff, and also some groceries for my family while we're there. And it was the day that we had just found out that Adam West had passed away. And so as I was walking along, I thought, there's this movie I haven't seen yet, and I really wanted to see. And in fact, Evan and I planned to go and see it in theaters. The 1 or 2 days that it was in theaters just didn't work out. I can't remember why, but it didn't. So I found it on DVD. It's right here. I bought it. And my plan was to watch it in some of my time, in between things, when things are going on. I'm preparing things, like a PowerPoint presentation or whatever. And I actually did. I watched it eventually. But the story is not about watching this, although I will add, the movie itself, pretty good. I enjoyed myself. It was interesting because definitely the age of the returning actors, Lee Merriweather and Burt Ward and Adam West, you could definitely hear the age in their voices, but it was fun just to hear them kind of come back together and do their thing, and come back to those characters that we loved since we were kids, or at least that I loved since I was a kid, and some of you loved since you were kids, but you're not kids anymore, maybe, I don't know, doesn't matter. But what happened was, I'm standing in line, and it is a long line. It's late. They shut down all the self-check-in or self-checkout things, and there's 3 people in front of me, and one of them, the person who was checking out when I got in line, it was just taking forever. They were doing some sort of weird return, like they're returning a gun or something, I don't know. But it was just taking forever for them to do it. So I'm standing there, and I'm listening to a podcast as I'm standing there, and just waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, the line starts moving, and then I get there, and I have 3 orders. One order is all of my stuff that goes from my budget from the camp for all the prizes and stuff that I'm doing when I'm doing my teaching time with the teenagers. Then the second order with all the stuff for my wife for the children's time. And then finally we get to my groceries, which had my movie in it. So the people behind me are getting impatient because they've been behind this really long person, 2 people ahead of me, then 2 quick people, and then me with 3 receipts and a bunch of stuff on all 3 receipts. And so as it's going along, the lady checks me out. She's 20-something, I think 25, 26, 27. She's got blonde hair, but it's like kind of bleached blonde hair. She's got some tattoos on her arms, and she's checking out all the candy and stuff for my prizes. She's checking out the craft supplies for my wife. And then she's checking out my groceries. And as she's checking out my groceries, I should say, she gets toward the end, she picks this up, and she just looks at it and says, "Oh, it's the only one I don't have." Now, I didn't know what she meant. I didn't know if she meant it's the only Batman movie she doesn't have, or it's the only Adam West thing that she doesn't have. I didn't know exactly what she was saying. But she says, "The only one I didn't have," and I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Adam West did the voice for it, and that's why I got it, because, he passed away today, And she just looks at me. I mean, she freezes in time and just stares at me for 10 seconds. It is the longest 10 seconds of my life. I'm standing there in the Walmart checkout line, and this woman is just staring at me with this shocked expression. And then finally she pulls herself out of it and kind of shakes her head. She says, I'm sorry. You can see my world just stopped for a moment there. And I'm just looking at her, and I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you or anything. And she's, no, it's okay. And then she starts saying, I just can't believe he's dead. I can't believe the Crusader is dead, and he's the only Batman. He's the best Batman. He's the only Batman I ever want. And I'm just, oh, I'm really sorry. He's like my grandpa, she says. And I can understand the sentiment. I have my TV dads. We've talked about that before. And this video is actually going live right before Father's Day. But, Charles Ingalls and Captain Kirk, those are my TV dads. My real dad's awesome dad, don't get me wrong. But my TV dads, those two guys. My TV grandpas, now, again, my real grandpas were awesome. But my TV grandpas were like Adam West, because, I don't know, there's just something about him. And then Mr. Rogers. But anyway, she's shocked. She's still, like, she's now checking out my food stuff and things like that, my Rock and Rye Faygo pop that I always get when I go up to Michigan, and she's just doing it in kind of a haze, and she's just, I can't believe it, I just can't believe it. And we finish, and she's kind of gotten into a better mood by the time we're done. She actually, it's something I bought for my son's little toy, she picks up, she gives me a little smile now. And then as I swipe my card, and we're waiting for the payment to go through, she comes around the end, past where all of, like, the little, what do you call it? The little, spinny, racky thing that has all the plastic bags on it. And she puts her foot up on the bag holder, and she goes, look at this. And she pulls up her pant leg, and she has a tattoo of the actual Batman 1966 Batman logo right there on her leg. I'm just standing there and thinking, what are the odds? And again, I am so sorry. I told her, I'm so sorry that I messed up your day, and I'm so sorry that you had to hear about it like this. And she just looks at me and says, no, I'm just glad I got to hear about it from a fan instead of like on TV or something like that. I mean, I really, really felt bad, because I thought I wrecked her day. I thought I ruined her day, and in a way I kind of did. But she kind of was talking about, like, how he's so great. She just loves Adam West. Now, the guy behind me, you could just tell he's just getting so impatient, because not only did I have this long order, but I also now am having this conversation with this the checkout person. But it shocked me. It surprised me. Like, everything that happened, from the stare to the tattoo, just shocked and surprised me. But anyway, that's my story about Adam West, about Batman, about buying this movie. And I don't have a weak connection to put on it. It's just a story. So that's all I gotta say. So this is Ben Avery signing off to steal from the Sci-Fi Christian, and to steal from myself. Godspeed.